It's interesting. To me, it all feels pretty continuous.
Right. This is kind of a theme that you're saying is there's a you're basically gradually going up an exponential slope. But from an outsider perspective, from me just watching it, it does feel like there's leaps. But to you, there isn't.
I do wonder if we should have, part of the reason that we deploy the way we do is that we think, we call it iterative deployment. We, rather than go build in secret until we got all the way to GPT-5, we decided to talk about GPT-1, 2, 3, and 4. And part of the reason there is I think AI and surprise don't go together. And also the world, people, institutions, whatever you want to call it, need time to adapt and think about these things. And I think one of the best things that OpenAI has done is this strategy. And we get the world to pay attention to the progress, to take AGI seriously, to think about what systems and structures and governance we want in place before we're like under the gun and have to make a rush decision. I think that's really good. But the fact that people like you and others say, you still feel like there are these leaps, makes me think that maybe we should be doing our releasing even more iteratively. I don't know what that would mean. I don't have an answer ready to go. But like, our goal is not to have shock updates to the world. The opposite.
Yeah, for sure. More iterative would be amazing. I think that's just beautiful for everybody.
But that's what we're trying to do. That's like our stated strategy. And I think we're somehow missing the mark. So maybe we should think about, releasing GPT-5 in a different way or something like that.
Yeah, 4.71, 4.72. But what are the pros and cons of the competition in the space and competing with Google, Meta, XAI, and others?
I think I have a pretty straightforward answer to this that maybe I can think of more nuance later, but the pros seem obvious, which is that we get better products and more innovation faster and cheaper and all the reasons competition is good. And the con is that I think if we're not careful, it could lead to an increase in sort of an arms race that I'm nervous about.
Do you feel the pressure of the arms race? Like in some negative
Definitely in some ways, for sure. We spend a lot of time talking about the need to prioritize safety. And I've said for a long time that I think if you think of a quadrant of slow timelines to the start of AGI, long timelines, and then a short takeoff or a fast takeoff, I think short timeline, slow takeoff is the safest quadrant and the one I'd most like us to be in. But I do want to make sure we get that slow takeoff on this topic.
What in general is the process for the bigger question of safety? How do you provide that layer that protects the model from doing crazy, dangerous things?
I think there will come a point where that's mostly what we think about, the whole company. And it won't be it's not like you have one safety team. Mm-hmm. It's like when we shipped GPT-4, that took the whole company thinking about all these different aspects and how they fit together. And I think it's going to take that. More and more of the company thinks about those issues all the time.
That's literally what humans will be thinking about the more powerful AI becomes. So most of the employees at OpenAI will be thinking safety, or at least to some degree.
Broadly defined, yes.
Yeah. I wonder what are the full broad definition of that? Like what are the different harms that could be caused? Is this like on a technical level, or is this almost like security
it'll be all those
threats?
Things. No, it'll be, I was going to say, it'll be people, state actors trying to steal the model. It'll be all of the technical alignment work. It'll be societal impacts, economic impacts. It's not just like we have one team thinking about how to align the model, and it's really going to be like getting to the good outcome is going to take the whole effort.